Welcome to Just Us Girls. It is Paige, Katie, and Sam.
Quick housekeeping. Fall is here. I feel like fall is falling.
Fall is falling.
We are in fall.
I'm a fall girl. Favorite season.
I think fall is an elite season. As we get older, I feel like fall gets better and better.
I agree.
I think it's always been great. It's always been my top.
When you're younger, summer is like the season because you're like, no school, no rules, popsicles.
You know that I love school. Like, I love school. I thought school was the best. Like, it's where all my friends are.
The last day of school and you're like, oh,
I was sad.
And back to school shopping is the best when you get like a fresh planner.
Wait,
and
I was
like
thinking
the
about
pencils
this.
and the pencil holder and the note. Oh.
When I was getting my son all his school supplies, I'm like, wait, this is a bummer because
We do communal.
It was such a fun thing to like, you have your list, you go to Staples, you go, wherever, and you check up, and we do it all like off Amazon.
Oh, we'll all go to the store, but we also, for certain things now, they do like communal. So like everybody buys the same kind of crayons, the same kind of pencils, and it all goes into a classroom pot.
Oh.
And then
That's
the
how
teacher,
ours is.
and for like equity purposes, and then like every child gets access, and it's not like this kid has the most amazing things, and this kid's got like dollar store crayons.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everybody kind of has the same thing, and you can donate more and stuff. But I always just loved. I loved the folders. I loved the notebook.
Lisa Frank, baby.
The backpack. Like the backpack was the best. Yeah.
Lisa Frank, that was...
My mom
Lisa
never let me get that, really.
Really?
I mean, I maybe had one or two, but I was like always a few years behind the trend.
I got the hand-me-down.
Yeah. I was a few years behind.
I found Lisa Frank stickers at the dollar store the other day and I like yelped I was like, oh my God. And I had to get them. They were so cute.
Oh. Yeah, no, but I loved school, which is why I loved fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why I
Same.
I like fall for like the movies, the cozy.
I like football Sunday. Like I love football.
Are you guys
Sunday.
big like football people?
I mean, we like football.
Are you a big Patriots fan?
Yeah, I was. I will say, like, since I've had kids, I'm less of a sports fan because I have no freaking time.
Same.
Like, every
I used to be
Sunday,
a massive Steeler fan. I grew up going to Steeler games, 6 Super Bowl champs, no big deal. But now with kids, I'm like, don't watch.
It's just hard. It's like I have no time, or like we have soccer practice, and it's like who knows when the game is? I don't even know.
Yeah.
And like my kids aren't kids who like to watch a game. Like I have friends whose sons are like obsessed with watching soccer or baseball or whatever. My son, it's just the games are too long. He's like, this is not entertaining, so we don't watch a lot of it anymore. But the idea of a football Sunday is great.
Yeah.
I think
Like
you
the
can get
dips,
there.
like a buffalo chicken dip.
Or like
and
a
just,
chili, like I'll make chili on a Sunday, and it's just cozy. I love it.
But see, for us, like fall in Florida,
Yeah.
it's starting to get where it's not like smoldering out right now.
I just
which
always
is
think about
the
now how
best.
Shep called you Florida woman.
I know.
Florida girl.
Florida woman.
Really
That should be my
branded
handle. Florida woman, coined by Shep Rose. But no, I like that it's starting to get like, you have the blue sky, it's like crisp, but but like
When does it actually get crisp down there?
it gets like crispy is like our winter. So like it'll get in the nighttime.
You
It'll
guys
get
are
down
saying
into
crispy.
the high 30s.
Okay.
High 30s in the nighttime, 40s in the morning, and then like 50s in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's like perfect where you wear jeans,
That's nice.
sneaks, and a sweater, but like you never need a jacket.
Yeah,
unless
but your
you're going.
blood thins.
It does. And
Yeah.
we live at the beach. So like it's
chillier
cooler
with
out
the
at the
breeze,
beach.
yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. But no, but I mean, I love, do you guys like pumpkin spice? Tell me your thoughts.
I do not.
I do like pumpkin flavored things. I'm not going to get a pumpkin spice latte. I think it's just too many flavors.
Really?
But too sweet.
Even the Chobani creamer?
I would do the Chobani creamer. Actually,
Yeah.
I feel like I tried the pumpkin spice one. I didn't love it.
I just am not into pumpkin spice. I'm not, you guys know, I'm not into like a flavor to begin with, but like pumpkin's just not like, if I'm going to get a candle too, like it's not going to be a pumpkin candle.
Oh,
No,
I
it's gonna
fuck
be
with pumpkin bread. I fuck with pumpkin
I like pumpkin bread.
candles.
Pumpkin
all-
bread.
Have you
I
had
like.
the brioche pumpkin bread from Trader Joe's?
No, that sounds
Every year they
delicious.
release it.
That sounds
It's
really
like a potato bread, but they like wrap it with the.
Ooh, if you make like a French toast out of it, that's probably
it's
so
the best.
good.
It's the
Okay.
best French toast.
That I don't
Future
mind.
video I can see for you.
A pumpkin muffin, a pumpkin
Oh,
loaf,
yeah.
a pumpkin.
So good.
I don't like pumpkin pie. No, I don't like pumpkin
Ew,
pie.
I don't like pumpkin
Oh,
pie
I do.
either.
I don't
I'm
like
an
pumpkin
apple pie girl.
Apple pie. Apple pie. Ugh.
Wait, this is reminding me. I always bring it back to SNL in some fashion. But did you see like years and years ago? It was like Kristen Wiig, 80 Bryant days, where like the SNL commercial of like pumpkin spice, and it's like the douche, and they're like jumping in leaves. Okay, never
No,
mind.
there's a 99% chance when you make an SNL reference.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, the only thing I ever watch
I'll
is
send
like
it to you.
the Michael Che
Colin
Yost.
Yost.
They're like
Weekend Update.
Their skits make me laugh.
Yeah,
They're
Weekend
pretty
Update because because it's topical.
Yeah.
which is why you like.
But
it.
and they're just so funny together. And
their
like,
banter is
'cause
great.
Have you seen those?
I have seen them, but
They
I like,
write them for each other.
Oh,
Yes, and they
So it's
try to
really-
make them
They
like
make
say the
them-
most not okay,
Not okay
things.
things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just never been an SNL girly.
Yeah, me either.
It just hasn't been my vibes.
Yeah,
I don't know, but you love it.
I do.
You really do.
I do.
we need a
Yes.
we need a
But,
friend in
oh,
the group that likes.
Thank you.
I will
Yeah.
say the SNL skit that comes back every year, Sweata weatha.
Sweata weatha.
Sweata weatha.
I mean, there's
that
just
I'm down for.
Yes.
Like when I can break my sweaters out. But this is the thing about fall, at least in New England, is like mornings are chilly. So you would go to school and you'd have a sweater on, and then midday it'd be like hot.
Yeah.
And you're like sweating through your sweater, but you can't
Yeah.
take it off because you got like pit stains underneath and you're like
Yeah.
just
Yep.
hot. But then by afternoon it's chilly again.
But I feel like
and
that's
you're
how it
like,
was when I lived in Florida during like the winter time. It kind of is like that too.
What where you would
Like
get
it was cold in the morning and
yes
then midday.
by
you're
midday
like,
you're sweating. You have
Yeah.
to have layers.
But this is the problem with fall, I think. It's like you want to dress so cute. You're like, I'm going to go apple picking. I'm going to wear this cute sweater and these boots. And you're there and you're like dying.
in Florida,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah.
Do you have actual apple orchards?
Yeah. Well, not apple. We do. No.
What are they picking?
Like
Oranges?
No. No, we pick like berries. Like there's like a blueberry
When's your berry
farm.
season? Our season is in the summer.
I mean, it's like year round. Like that's why so a lot of produce comes out of Florida. I've been to many farms in Florida.
so you don't
and I
apple pick, you berry pick.
We berry pick, and then like they don't like they just put pumpkins out and you like go. You don't like
I have
go
to
to like
say
a
that is
pumpkin-
something. One of the reasons I feel like we moved back from Southern California is it never felt like a holiday. It never
Yeah.
felt like Christmas. It never felt like
No.
Halloween because
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know. When you grow up on the East Coast and then it doesn't get cold,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
really doesn't have that.
It doesn't have the same vibes.
Yeah.
it
No,
doesn't
my
have
daughter
the
was like, can we go to Grandma and Pappy's house where it snows like Elsa for Christmas? And I was like, yeah, but we went up to Pittsburgh one year and it was like 60 degrees. Like
Yeah. I
global
was gonna
warming.
say global
Like, I don't know what you're going to get.
Add it to the ticker.
Sorry, I had to go back. But
well, you
yeah,
know.
you never know what you're going to get with the weather. But how about Trey Kennedy's fall videos? You know, his like
yeah, with the scarf.
yeah, the
Yeah,
scarf.
yeah.
And he just basically was making fun of white women.
I used to
Every
have
year he
so
releases one.
many
As we
scarves.
should.
I had so many scarves.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
the
my gosh,
infinity
same.
scarf.
Oh, I like still have some, and I'm like, why am I saving?
because you
these?
know
They will come back one
I
day.
know.
The Bermuda
but-
shorts came back. The
Yeah.
capri pants came back. The
Low-rise
the kitten
jeans.
heel flip flop came back.
Yep.
I know that my scarves. I have those big. Did you ever go to like? Do you guys have the paper store? I don't know. It's like a gift shop kind of. But like,
Oh, yeah.
They have these big blanket scarves, like the plaid blanket scarves when you would
Oh,
like,
yeah,
have
yeah,
them
yeah.
wrapped around. I still have.
I still have
those.
my plaid
In
one.
case we need to go
They're
into the
coming
Sahara
back.
and need
They're gonna come back, so I keep them in a special spot.
They always come back. So the thing is, styles always come back,
But
but it's like the
different.
print
Yes.
change a little bit. Like
Yeah. I think
ours,
plaid
I feel
is
like we're a little
classic.
wild.
Mine were. I have a lot of plaid. I have
But
a
it's
lot
gonna
of,
be like gingham now.
Oh,
I
damn
think it's
it.
like gingham. Is big.
no, I'm keeping it. It'll be vintage by the time. This is a
I
vintage
feel like gingham
scarf.
is just like classic though. Like, is it ever gonna go out? Or
I
don't
think
know if
gingham
that's
is classic depending on where you live.
That's what I thought about like white kitchens.
yeah.
Oh, white kitchens. Yeah.
Now they're like it's classic, but
I
now
mean, my kitchen's pretty white.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But prior, it was like a wood. You know, like,
Yeah,
Yes.
but what's coming like
but it wasn't. It was a light wood.
it's like that
It was a light
Italian
wood. Yeah.
90s style is coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. Not what I had in my kitchen. There was like a rooster border. You know, like
Oh yeah, we
uh,
had like
that's-
crazy wallpaper.
like
borders.
crazy. Yeah, the
Yeah.
borders. In my mom's house, I remember it was like flowers
Yesteryear.
or something. Yeah, it was
Yesteryear.
crazy. I'm glad we don't do that as much anymore.
I mean,
I like
that's gonna come
wallpaper,
back.
but you think the border?
Yeah, I think it all comes back. You know,
Yeah.
people discover it. It's vintage.
It's new.
Takes
Yeah.
one like DIY creator to make it cool, and
It's
then
like hardwood
everybody wants to
floors.
do it.
Huh?
It's like who covered these hardwood floors?
Oh, I
Yes.
know.
Oh my
Carpet.
gosh, and all of the HGTV. We have hardwood floors. They like dig up like
But
the
it's-
old carpet.
It's true.
That's
Yeah.
also I will never get carpet just because my allergies. Like that's a
Yeah.
logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
hard to clean. Like
When you have
Yeah.
kids and
With
animals,
kids,
kids and
yes.
animals, hardwood. I would rather have scratched up hardwood floors from my children and my dog than have stained, musty carpet.
We have the tile floors that like look like wood. I don't know if that's like a big thing in Florida just because of
That
the
was big in
moisture
California.
and the
Yeah.
wetness and
Yeah.
yeah. But again, you got to always have shoes on. It's, you get like
You and
shin
your-
splints and you're
You know what? My
home.
girlfriend texted me. She's like, guys, I forgot to wear my slippers the other day. Like she was hosting, and so she
Yeah.
had like just socks or whatever. And she's like, and my feet are killing me.
I
I started wearing slippers, and now if I'm not wearing them, I basically have like a sensory issue.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Like when we were in the hotel room, I was like walking around.
Yes.
in
Little
sandals, 'cause I just
sandals.
can't touch the feet.
Yes.
Can't touch. I'm not a germaphobe by any means. Like I'm just like not a person who's like stressed about those things. But I have a good friend. Like when you go to a hot Pilates class, she will wear her socks up until she steps onto her mat. Take her socks off before she gets off of her mat. Put her socks back on. Like she refuses.
What, she thinks she's gonna get like a
ringworm
wart
or something,
like
or
a
she thinks she's gonna
fungal
get
infection.
something. So she will keep socks on the entire time until she's on her own mat. And I'm like, girl, I think you're okay, but she will not do it. She's like, I will not.
Yeah.
I mean, I
that
have
floor.
to say, when I was in my young 20s, I did this program at Core Power Yoga where it was called Work for Trade. And I would get a free Core Power membership, but I had to go in every Sunday and like clean the studio and
Oh.
clean the mats for 2 hours.
Disgusting.
And yeah, and I mean, I was also like 23. I was hungover. It was Sunday morning. Like,
Were you not cleaning them well?
I think I was, but probably not enough that it should be, you know. And there was also like a closet where they stuffed all the cleaning supplies. I'm like, how often does this get changed out? You know, it is kind of.
I will say the one thing too, we did which was so fun. Like, you know, you see all of those videos of like men trying to do a hot Pilates class and they're all dying.
Yes.
So we decided, we all go to this same studio, me and my girlfriends, and we decided we would do it a husband and wives date night class. So we had all the husbands come. There was like
That's
30
so
of us. So
fun.
with all of our husbands. But they sweat so much
Yeah.
Men
that like
do
their
sweat.
area,
It's like slippery.
their
Slippery.
area, like it's not just their mat is wet. It's like the entire like.
And if you're too close, you could get sprayed.
I was next to a man once in class, and his sweat got on me, and I was like dry heaving. I
Yeah.
was fucking
I've been in a hot yoga class before where it was like pooling, and I was like, "Come on!"
Literally, you couldn't walk by the guy's mat. It was like it was literally like a pool of water. It was disgusting, and I'm not mad at him. Like that's his body, but I don't want to be near him.
No.
Is what I don't.
That's a
want.
health. Like
We need like a section for the
hazard.
men. Like they
Yeah.
have to be in a different
Walled
section.
off.
Yes, with a protective barrier because like I don't want your sweat to touch me.
that is,
It was sick. I
can only imagine.
But the funny thing is, like, my husband has been in class with that guy, and he's like an older guy. I'd say he's probably like in his 60s.
Wow.
Ripped. He's
I mean, good for him.
I mean,
And-
he's shredding Pilates
I mean, my
classes.
husband's like, that man is yoked. He's like, I would love to be that guy. And I was like, that guy sweat on me. I was like, he's my enemy.
I can't forgive him.
I'm like, no. I'm like, and Matt's like, he's ripped. I'm like, I don't care what he looks like. He's disgusting. I was like, gross. But yeah. Anyways, they're really dirty there, and I don't think they clean it very well. My kids are making new friends. Like they're like making new friends. And I think my older ones are starting to get to the age where they're like asking for sleepovers, which they've never asked for before. Like we've done sleepovers with their cousins and we've done
sense.
like
Family.
quote unquote sleepovers when we like go away with another family in the same house, right? And it's like a sleepover. And so they feel like they've had sleepovers, but they really like haven't. Like
not like the true.
no,
the
we've
true
been there,
sleepover.
and like in the middle of the night, like everybody comes back to their mom's room. Like nobody's like really sleeping over, but they're starting to ask about it. And I feel like this is a really controversial thing these days where it's like people are either fully anti, like there will never be a sleepover, or they're like, let the kids live, have sleepovers. Like I don't.
Did you guys have sleepovers? Let's run it through.
all the time.
I think I was at a sleepover 90% of my childhood.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
I would do weekend sleepovers where I
What?
would go after
Your
school.
parents were like,
"Bye,
go."
Katie."
I literally would go after school on a Friday, and then the parent would take me to school on Monday.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
literally.
That's
all
like
weekend.
living at another house.
I would have sleepovers during the week.
What?
Yes, like I literally during the school week.
So I definitely had a lot of sleepovers too, like with a lot of like I played basketball when I was little, so like we would like leave basketball practice and like go to their house and then be there
Yeah.
for multiple days. Yeah, maybe
I was
did
always
too.
at sleepover. I loved a sleepover.
A lot of birthday parties were like birthday party sleepovers.
Yeah, but those
That
were
was
always the
thing.
craziest.
Yeah.
I know.
Those
Oh,
were really. Do you know what they have? My sister's been doing these for a while. They don't do sleepovers. They call them sleep unders, which is like the lamest thing
and they
ever.
pick them up at like
They pick them up at
midnight.
like 10 p.m. or
yeah,
11.
and they can drive them.
but
back
they
at
like
7 a.m.
go and they eat and they watch TV and movies and they have like the fun part, but then they don't actually like sleep there.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's called a sleep under.
But I feel like sleepovers like shaped us.
So I'm very
'Cause
torn. I'm very torn about it because I do think sleepovers shaped me. I'm very, very lucky that
That
nothing
mine all went well.
ever happened that
That
was
things
not
were
okay.
safe. Yes.
I do think it's like, I don't know, I've talked to a few like child psychologists online about this, and they're like, obviously all it takes is one. And I think that really
Totally.
it's truly, you don't know people outside your home. You really don't know what's going on, and that really scares me, and that leads me to believe I'm not going to really allow them. But at the same time, I think it is very shaping to go to someone's house, see how their family operates, like learn different cultures, for example, and like different familial systems.
It's also like my best friend is like we were always having sleepovers, and it's like some of our best memories. Like we'll be like, oh, remember when we were at your? I mean, it was funny though because it's like at a sleepovers when I had my first sip of alcohol and like where I learned things that maybe like my parents wouldn't want me to know.
And like
it's hard. I'm also of the mind where I'm like, okay, well. And I feel like a lot of parents are like this. Well, I'll host it, right? But like then it's like if I'm hosting, then like
why can't?
And then somebody else is gonna be like, oh well, next time we'll have them. And then I'm like, no, not you, not you, you weirdos, not you weirdos.
I'm not kidding. Coming to your house,
you sick family. How dare you?
I feel like that's where the creativity would flow. Like so, we were a lot of times a sleepover house. Like we had a finished basement.
Same.
I want a bunk
northern
bedroom.
home.
Oh, a bunk room.
Yeah.
I mean, we had our first sleepover in a bunk room
Sure
at
did.
age 35.
Never forget.
But we had the finished basement where we would have like my mom's camcorder and we would like make shows and we would like I just have like my best memories with my girlfriends were sleepovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also maybe it will be dependent. Like I think about my son's preschool best friends who I'm like, that's the thing is like, I feel like I know the parents very, very well.
Yes, that's
like,
so different.
I do trust them. And it's like, maybe it's also dependent. Like I would never let my kids sleep over at a parent's house I've never met before.
No.
Totally.
I truly don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And there has to be like questions asked, and like again, the Florida of it all. Like, do you have guns?
Yeah.
Are they locked away?
Oh, I didn't even think about guns.
So yeah, like and then I do think it's also dependent of like, are there older siblings in the house? Because like I have daughters, and they say like it's typically like older siblings.
I know, but then that makes me so sad for my house because like I have my oldest is a boy.
But I'm saying
no,
like, I would talk to
know.
the parent
I
and be
know.
like, do you let the like just like understand
I also
the
think
situation.
kids have cell phones now. It's like you also give your kid a cell phone and you're
And they
like,
can
that they can
contact
call you.
text me if anything is fucking weird.
Because otherwise you used to
Yeah.
have to ask the mom, be like, can I call my mom?
Yes, and
It
that's
was
like
awkward.
So,
That's
and
true.
it's
We
what
had
if
to use
they're
the home
asleep?
phone.
What if it's 1 a.m. and something weird starts happening?
Yeah.
You're not gonna. You can ask.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Gabe. Gabe, did you have sleepovers?
Not really, no.
How did it affect your childhood? I'm just kidding.
Do you have friends?
I do have friends. I think I was never allowed to. My mom was like, sleepovers are going to happen here.
Yeah.
Like your
Okay.
friends can sleep over. We were the sleepover house, but I was never allowed to go sleep at someone else's
Was that
house.
ever weird? Like, I guess you wouldn't know the inner parent dynamics. I wonder if that was ever weird, where someone asked and your mom was like, "No."
Like, I guess it like never would have like.
Didn't affect you.
It didn't. I was either too young to like realize that like my mom was like secretly turning down all these sleepovers, or
That's
like.
another thing. It's like,
Kids don't know what they don't know.
well, it's also like, who the fuck cares if another parent's gonna judge me for that and make weirdness? Like, I'm protecting my child.
but she was willing to host a sleepover.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
she-
you didn't
she-
feel like you missed out.
Not really. I think the thing, my mom had a weird rule growing up. And this definitely more affected me when I was like in my teen years.
Uh-oh.
Is that I was allowed to do one thing every week.
What do you mean, like a play date or what?
Like anything. Like if my friend came over to like play video games, and I lived in New York, so like my friends were all like walking distance from my house, and like they would just show up at my house. Because
And you're like, no, this is my one time.
This is my one thing. Get out of here.
Get out.
So I remember one day after school, my friend David my friend David comes over, and he's like, and we just play like NBA 2K.
Shout out
basketball
David.
game.
Hey,
Yeah, shout out David. And then that was like Wednesday after class or something, and then Saturday like there was like this party happening. And I was like, Mom, can I go to this party? And she's like, no, like you did your one thing. Like David came over for 30 minutes and played.
I feel like you should get one thing during the week and then weekend
1 week
separate.
I pitched that.
I tried.
Shark Tank episode.
Like your mom was running a tight ship.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm also like, if you're with your friends, then you're out of my hair a little bit.
I mean,
Like,
well,
that's
you
what I
know?
think.
God bless.
Yeah,
I also
like,
think
please.
the 90s parenting of it all was like, go to that house for the weekend.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was so different then.
Yeah, but it's one of those things too. Like I grew up in a neighborhood, not a big one, but like 18 houses, and we all moved in around the same time. So all us kids were like very similar age. We were just always together. Like we were always in the
Yeah,
streets
riding your
and
bikes.
riding
Yeah.
bikes and
Yeah.
playing, or they were at our house. I was at their
Uphill
house.
both ways.
Yeah, it was just fun. But it was
Yeah.
like nowadays I'm like, I feel a little bit like a helicopter mom because I'll be like, what are you doing outside? And they're like, I'm just riding my bike with my neighbor. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, be safe. Like,
But it's also, I was having this conversation with my brother the other day because it was the video you made and brought up the point of like the 90s summer of like,
Yeah.
yes, but then there weren't there wasn't texting and driving. There wasn't Amazon drivers sporadically like trying to make all their deadlines. Like, it's a very different
And the sleepover thing that I think about too now is like, oh, you always hear about like, oh, and they put it all over Snapchat. And it's like, it's no longer insulated to like that house,
That's
right?
true. Like with these kids,
like,
especially if they have phones.
they all have phones and they're making videos, and then those videos are going out to people.
I did see
That's
a
little
video
scary.
where this mom was pissed because she let her daughter go to a sleepover. It was a slumber party for her birthday. And when they got there, the parents took all their phones.
Oh.
And we're like, you're not allowed to be on phones. And she was like, that I'm not okay with.
Yeah,
and
'cause
I
it's her
didn't
daughter
know.
needs-
She was like, I didn't know till the next day when my daughter was like, they took
Because what
our
if they
phones
wanted to
away.
call me?
And like, that's what I'm saying. What if she got uncomfortable at some point and wanted to text her mom?
Yeah.
Like,
My sister got my niece one of those watches where
yeah.
like she can't call anyone, but she can send messages just to my sister.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And like my sister can send her messages too. Like I had to drop something off into her dance bag at dance, and she didn't want her to be like weirded out that there was this like strange thing in her bag. So she's like, Auntie is putting this in your bag, FYI, and like can just send it so she can look at it and be like, oh, okay. And
That's
like, they just
really
do
cool.
that.
Well, and the texting is nice because I remember like when I used to have to call my mom to ask,
Yeah.
we had like a code phrase, which was like,
Oh.
I don't want to sleep over, but they want me to ask. So it would be like, do I have soccer on Wednesday? So I'd call my mom and I'd be like, hey, like Jesse wants me to sleep over tonight. Can I? And I'd be like, oh, but by the way, do I have soccer on Wednesday? And she'd be like, no, you can't sleep over.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then
It was like,
sheep
but
the
now
code.
you can text and be like, I'm going to call, but say no.
Yeah, but I actually feel
Yeah.
like kids these days, like, I don't know if I know we are raising them differently, but like my daughter, like her friend will be like, do you want to come to play at my house? And she'll just be like, no.
Boundaries. They have boundaries.
Yeah, they have boundaries. They're not people pleasers.
They just like, I need alone time.
They just like communicate with each
Yeah.
other. You know, it was so sad for a really long time. My daughter, instead of calling it alone time, she would call it lonely time. She's like, I just need some lonely time right now. I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
But she's like, I just need some freaking space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to
That's what
feel
my daughter
lonely
loves
for a
to
minute.
say, I need space, please.
Yeah.
We've taught her that. And I'm like,
But I
you
do
go,
think they have
girl.
more boundaries where they'll like maybe say to their friend, like, yeah, I don't want to have a sleepover
Well, that
tonight.
also makes you, that should make you feel really good because I feel like the divorced parent situation is also like, I wanted to always sleep over because home was very stressful for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to be out of the house. So
Yeah.
like having kids that are like, I actually want to be home. Like that's really,
Yeah.
that should like fill your heart.
It's also really hard these days because now there's that like, what is it, Life 360 app or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
And so like parents know like when you're speeding in your car, they know where you are, they know everything. And I'm like, part of me doesn't want to know. I'm like, I want them to be able to like live a life outside of me when it's appropriate.
And they're going to make mistakes. That's how they learn.
To an extent. But then at the same time, like in all fairness, it's like I was doing objectively, like I was snowmobiling in the woods.
We got very
like
lucky.
I don't know, like we were
Yeah.
in
In
a
a ditch.
dangerous thing.
Yeah.
When I think of college, it's a miracle that I'm sitting in this chair.
But when my kids go to college, I don't want to like. Part of me is like I want to be able to like turn on their location if there's an emergency and like figure out where they are. But it's also like
I don't want notifications.
I don't want to know that they're speeding in a state away. What am I going to do? Call and yell at them for speeding? Like I don't know. I'm going to
Exactly.
take away their car. I don't know. Like what do we? It's really hard.
Yes, I have friends that are in that stage. Like their kids are grown in college, and
Yeah.
she like has this obsessive relationship to Life 360 where she's getting notified, like, oh, my daughter's here, my son's here, da, 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 da. And I'm like, that is not normal for the brain.
well, then I feel like your kids might not want to tell you as much. 'cause,
Yeah.
like,
She has a really great
abusive.
relationship with them, but I agree because if you're constantly monitoring,
Well, there
that-
was also kind of a thrill. Like I remember being in my boyfriend, now husband's car, and like they weren't allowed to drive you until they had their license for like a year or something like that. Like because I was 16, he was 17, but I think he had to have his license for 6 months or something before I could be in the car, something like that. But like I was in the car anyways, but we'd be driving around town, and he'd be like, "That's my dad," and I'd be like, "Bah!" And I'd
yes.
duck, and it was like, and I remember his dad would call me like, "Was somebody in your car?" I was like, "No, man, no, nobody's in my car." And I'm like, and
My
he'd
mom
pop me out the side of the road and he'd be like, "I'll be back in 5." I'm like, "Okay, I'm here." I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
And,
can
like,
you imagine if they could like see that on a phone though?
Right, like, it was
I
just,
remember
like-
my mom drove past me. I had my permit, and my boyfriend, like, I shouldn't have been driving the car, and my mom like drove past us, and we were like, shit, and I was like driving.
But like the thrill of that, like
thrill of
not
it.
being like, no, my mom knows that I'm literally sitting next to Matt because they both have their Life 360s on and they're sitting in the same car. It's like, nah, you drive around town and will you bump into your parents? Who knows?
Yeah.
The danger.
It's the same as like AI ruining. Like we used to pop open a Monster Energy and write a 10-page paper in one night because it was due the next day.
Oh
and
my
it was
gosh.
Like the grit you had to build to do that. And now
Yeah.
you just
I wrote an entire paper on Oedipus and I never read it.
I mean, we know because we talked about how you didn't know the
It wasn't
Odyssey.
my class. I wrote it for Matt. Matt was like, didn't read it, and he like.
Matt.
It's giving Christopher Nolan's wife.
I know, but this. I've talked about this. I did
Matt
too much
has
for
had
him.
Paige by his side for a very long time. What a
yeah.
lucky man.
What a lucky man.
Yeah.
Lucky
All of
man.
his success is due to me. No, because it was, in high school, he like had to write a paper, and I was like, I'm faster, I'm better at this. Give me the cliff notes of the book. And he's like, I didn't read it. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do a
That's
quick
enabling.
Google.
You enabled him.
I was 16, but yes, I did. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. But anyways, I wrote the entire
Eldest
paper.
daughter.
Yeah.
I got a good grade.
Yeah.
But like, I had no idea what I was talking about. But yeah, no AI, nothing. It's like, I actually think that is it must be very, very difficult to know AI is right there and to not use it if you're in college or high school or like.
I would have 100% used it to do everything.
Everything.
Because remember what there was like the cliff notes, the books. Remember you could get
Yeah.
the quick,
I would
the
only
quick,
get
And
that.
it's not
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, I value critical thinking skills. You're like, I just want to get it done so I can go party with my friends.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't care at that
Priorities.
I'm developing emotional intelligence.
Oh, they're
Not
full of it.
Social,
Full of
social
emotional.
experiences.
Yeah.
Social, emotional. yeah. Which they are, which I love for them.
Yeah.
They can tell each other how they feel.
Yeah.
But the critical thinking, I will say that is one thing, like as a mom, one of my things is I'm not a big screen time mom. Like we have TV and that's it. Like my kids don't play like a lot of video games or anything.
Yeah.
They don't have iPads unless they're on an airplane. Like that's
Same.
pretty much it.
Yep.
And I do feel like they have like such creativity and imagination and they just like do the coolest stuff. Like my son, this is objectively like it's questionable. He made something the other day, which I was like, that's really cool. It was a bow and arrow, which I was like, we don't do weapons in our home, but like he made it.
Foraging.
He made it out of paper and masking tape and rainbow looms, which are those bracelets.
If there is a cataclysmic world event, your son can make a bow.
He can make me a bow and arrow. It was
Yeah.
really cool. I was like, honestly, dude,
That's cool.
this is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm also confiscating it because you can't have a bow and arrow in our home, but like super cool.
Yeah.
Love what you've done here. Next time, make something that isn't. There's no intent to harm.
There's no weapon.
Like I don't know why we have a bow and arrow.
You could
That's
have
like
been
a
intending to
sport.
hunt for your family. Though.
I don't know what he was doing, but it was really cool. And I'm like, imagine if that kid had an iPad.
Well, that's the thing is like anytime you even sit them in front of a TV for a short amount of time, I'm like, they get locked in and
Oh, my kids get locked
in, which is great when it's being used. But like you said, if you were handing them an iPad, that's what they would be
it's
doing,
not
but they don't need it.
It's not even that. It's the TV is one thing, and even that I have to like. I'm trying to teach like they're like fast forwarding or skipping. I'm like no. You put the show on, you don't touch the buttons. I'm trying to like get them to like have an attention span and like absorb content the way it was made to be absorbed and not fast forward and rewind and like, no, just sit here and watch the TV show. So I like take the remote away. I'm like, no. Like,
and if you get bored, then
Then
go
do
on
something
to
else.
the
That's
next
exactly.
thing.
I put on
Yes.
like Moana or something. My son wanted it, and then like 40 minutes into it, he was like, "Mommy, I don't want to watch this anymore." And I was like, well,
Great.
it's staying on until it ends. So then play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not doing anything else.
Yeah, I'm not against iPads, but like I know why people use them. I've always been like, TV's fine, whatever, to an extent. Like we have limits on it, but I'm like, I have a really like as a mom, my kids get really mad at me because like I banned YouTube. I like don't give them iPads. Or well, all my friends, and I'm like, well, your friends aren't as creative as you. Look at the bow and arrow.
Once again, it's not a fun house.
Yeah, it's not a fun house, but like truly, I'm like, I look at them and I think like, wow, like they're using their brain right now. They
Yes.
have to entertain themselves.
I loved that video though. That was like me judging the iPad kid while my
18
screen
hours
time
of
is
screen
18
time.
hours a day.
Yeah.
But you got the brick now, baby.
I know.
Weren't you the one that told us your friend said, I couldn't remember if it's one of you two, like the iPad doesn't work unless you're somewhere?
Yeah,
And I
that's
mixed
what
it
we
up.
do.
So, like, because my daughter only gets iPads on a plane.
It's
and
planes
we
like
were,
long car rides.
we
and
were,
it's long.
we were,
And I do think like with solo parenting,
yes,
like
totally different.
I've had friends who told me when I was struggling with bedtime, they were like, I'm not gonna lie, during bedtime when I'm solo parenting, the oldest gets an iPad so I can put the baby to bed.
Yeah, that's
And then I
different.
take it away.
That's
So
different.
I do think there are occasions where it's like I don't want to be judgmental to these parents.
No,
because all
no.
situations are so different.
yeah.
totally.
No, I'm not judgmental of anyone. This is just like my personal parenting
Yeah.
thing. But that's also how I feel with the sleepovers. It's like I don't actually have a strong opinion either way, and I
And
don't
we're
know
probably
what my answer
loosey
is.
goosey on stuff that other people are
Yeah.
like when
Like
it comes to like food.
Sugar.
Yeah.
I'm like
Red dye.
red dye. They're eating it all. But
Yeah.
like I'm not
Everything.
crazy.
One of my
about that.
candy salad videos, somebody commented and was like, "This would be good if it wasn't for all the red dye." I'm like, "Not the video for you."
Yeah.
It's the bean soup of it all.
bean
Then
soup.
fucking scroll.
Like, and I hate
Yeah.
Swedish fish. I fucking hate that.
what can I substitute instead of a Swedish fish?
It's like, just put some more nerd ropes in there, girl. Like, move along.
Gosh, move along.
No, that's so true though, because
sister.
I have friends who are like, "Oh yeah, I love those muffins, but they have such high sugar." And I'm like, "Girl, I've never even looked at the sugar."
Yeah.
we
We all put our stakes in the ground somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're different stakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
So who knows what I'll do about sleepovers? I haven't decided yet.
I think it's dependent.
yeah,
I think it's
I don't
totally
think it needs to be
dependent.
or black or white.
And I
Maybe-
don't judge other people for their choice. It's like, if you want to do sleepovers, fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
go for it. If you want to do Red
Go
Die
for
40,
it.
go for it. If you love an
Yeah.
iPad, go for it. Like,
Yeah.
we all make our choices. And
We're all trying our best.
we're all doing our best.
I
all
here.
believe
doing
we all
best.
have really good intentions. And we're all just trying to fucking make it through because this shit is really hard.
Really
This
So it's like,
shit
we all
is
have different
hard.
vices. Like,
We're all just trying to regulate ourselves
Yeah.
and figure out how to regulate our children.
I was saying, now if only somebody would
process.
take my phone away.
literally.
Somebody take my phone away.
I like, people messaged me and they were like, you had to buy a brick. And I'm like, yes, I had to buy a brick.
But it's also our jobs.
I was
This is
gonna say,
really
it's so
different.
different.
It's
Well,
like,
as a content
I was
creator.
explaining to my husband because he's a software engineer. And I was like, imagine if you could code on your phone
yes.
all day, every day.
Yes.
Like, it would be hard if you were watching a movie to not think about, oh, I could be doing this thing, or oh, I could be, it's like, it's
and even when you're
difficult.
scrolling for enjoyment or like doom scrolling to like disassociate, which
You get
is
an
a form of
idea.
enjoyment,
Yeah.
then you're like,
Like,
oh, well, I should be doing that because that's also like a part of your work. So then it's like you can't even enjoy the scrolling because you're thinking about I should be doing that or what. Like there's so
But
much.
all is champagne problem.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. But
literally.
but even if I didn't, like, even prior to being a creator, it's like I definitely was on my phone too much. Like, I would wake up and look at my email, and I would wake up and like I would automatically be like in my phone, as opposed to like what I want my kids to do is like just wake up.
Yeah.
Get
I do love
dressed,
screen-free
brush your
mornings.
teeth. Yeah,
That's how
what
I
I
don't
have
do.
now.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't do.
It was hard because at Netflix, they gave you like unlimited vacation. You could make your own hours. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't like you had to be here from 9 to 5 every day. But the expectation is when you are needed, you will answer. And
Yeah.
so that was always stressful because I was like always had my work phone. And
Yeah.
Always on call.
yeah, it's like the same thing with boundaries.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was nice because like if I woke up at 6, I could get a bunch of stuff done so that I could go to a yoga class. And
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all just winging it.
we're all
really.
just trying our best.
We're doing our best. One thing I've also been thinking about as my kids get older, especially, is like how I'm handing off things like laundry, or like they do a lot of stuff independently. Like, my kids do a lot of stuff independently, but also for the sake of time, like, we're so freaking busy. I just do certain things, right? Like
They're also young children. So
they're
you
young,
should
but
be
like my
doing
oldest is
certain
9,
things.
you know, like I'll grab in their mornings, I will grab all their packed backpacks and throw it in the car, because I know I'm going to tell everybody to get in the car and one kid's going to forget a backpack, right?
Yes.
And then I'm going to have to like rush back. And
Yep.
even when they're independently doing things, especially when you have children with ADHD, it's like, I have to be on them to be like, did you get your lunchbox like 100 times? But we were talking about laundry because somebody messaged me and was like, why don't your kids do the laundry? And I was like, I don't know. It's just faster and easier. I have a system. They're at school. They come home from school. They do homework. They go to baseball. They come home. It's bedtime. It's like, when is
They
it
also
coming?
like need their jerseys and
that
stuff.
like kids that young.
Yeah, how old were you?
It was my expectation. I was doing laundry when I was in elementary school.
Your own?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was my expectation when I was very young to do my own laundry, which I don't think is appropriate because like I also didn't understand. So it was like, I actually have a distinct memory of like, it was a Saturday and I had a soccer game. And I didn't wash my jersey from the week before because I
Yeah.
was very young. And so I had to like find a green shirt to wear
Yeah.
instead of the jersey. And then I just remember being so embarrassed when I showed up being in like a green shirt instead of my actual jersey. But it's like, you don't think about long-term consequences when you're that young.
I think it's one of those things where I have like two like competing ideas, which is like, one, our kids have their entire lives to do laundry and cleaning and cooking, and let me tell you, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I hate doing it. Like,
Yep.
I'm not having a good time. It's not fun. They have their entire lives where they're going to do their own laundry, right? Like, it's like how everybody's like, your kid is eventually going to tie their own shoes. Like,
Yeah, I'm not
everybody's
worried about
like,
it.
Yeah.
they're eventually
gonna
going to
do
wear
it.
underwear, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're not all going to be peeing their pants at 20. So like, it's okay.
Exactly.
I think about that. And then I also think about the other side, which is like, we are a family, we work together. It is not all my job. It's not all dad's job. Like, we work. So like, part of it for me is like more collaborative. I'm like, okay, you help me put the groceries away.
Yeah,
you,
like division of labor in other ways.
but
on
you
laundry.
participate. Like, you put your own plate in the dishwasher. You clean up your area. You sweep after dinner. But like, I don't know. Like, I was asking, my girlfriends were talking to me about it, and they're like, I did not all of them. I was actually genuinely shocked. They all told me they didn't start doing their laundry until college.
I didn't either. Shout out to Sue. There were definitely times that if she would maybe dump my
your
clean
bed.
laundry like in my room or like maybe ask for help, but she held down that fort. Like I remember doing my laundry in college and like calling her and like asking questions. I mean, like yeah,
Interesting.
I know.
So I looked it up. Oh, like the developmental, because I was like,
I want to ask
somebody
Gabe too because
Yeah.
I want to hear from a male perspective. When did you
start doing your own laundry? He's not
is your-
doing it.
No, I'm doing it now. I am doing
Is your
it.
girlfriend doing it?
College.
College.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's
So
College.
this says, because I'm like, so this has to be a developmental thing people have like done studies on.
Totally.
How old should they be doing laundry?
So it says early childhood, you can color sort, simple folding. This is like 4 to 5. Just
my
like
kids know
helping
how to fold. Yeah, they know how to fold.
And then middle childhood, 6 to 7, is starting to put clothes away.
That is hard.
Yeah. And you also have to like, if you're hanging things, that
Yeah,
reach
it's-
it.
my
and
daughter
stuff.
helps me sort. Like I'll be like, put your undies in a pile, put your jammies in a pile. Like she can find those.
Yeah.
She's 4.
So it's saying 8 to 10, you like help with machine operation and like running the load. Not really. And then early adolescence, 11 to 13, they can manage it by themselves.
So I was like probably 12 or 13 when I started.
It's 13. Your
But-
bar mitzvah, you become a man, you do your own laundry.
Yeah, I started doing it because I remember I like wanted a pair of jeans or something, and I was upset with my mom that she like hadn't washed them, and she's like, "If you need, girl,
Oh, yeah.
if you need something in a timeline, do your own laundry."
Yeah.
And then I did. I was like, "Okay, I'll do my own laundry," and honestly, I liked it because I was like, "I'm in control of when I have my clothes." You guys, come on! I was like, "This works for me." Plus, I had 2 sisters. And I'm a twin, and then my sister's 1 year younger. So they would always steal my clothes, right? So I was like, if I do
Yes, yeah, I
laundry,
didn't have a sister.
beginning to end, I know what's mine. And my sister started doing this thing in college or high school where I would leave early. She had 2 choices. She could take the bus, or 3 choices. Take the bus, ride with me, or ride with a neighbor. And if she was riding with me, I was hitting up Dunkin' Donuts, and I was going to my boyfriend's house, and then he would drive me to the school because our school wouldn't let you park until you were a senior. So he would drive me over. And I would drop her off at the school like 40 minutes before school started. So she's like, I'm not going with you. Like, that sucks. And I'm like, okay. But what she would do is she would wait for a neighbor, but she would wait till I would leave. And then she would go into my room, get dressed in my clothes, and then do that thing where she hopes I didn't see her in the hallway.
Oh, yeah, little sister core.
I was like, girl,
Yeah.
no. But so I was really like protective of my clothing and like when I would fold my laundry. But it was funny because when I was talking to my friends too, they're like, but do you remember like you would have to, like when you were in high school, like hide your thongs if your mom was doing your laundry?
Oh my gosh. But see, like, no, my mom knew I had thongs.
And she didn't care?
No. Do you remember getting your first thong?
My
Yeah.
mom bought me my first thong.
Your mom is
My mom
cool.
was very
I don't
sex
think my mom
positive.
has even
Okay.
worn a thong. I don't think my mother has ever worn
I don't
a
know
thong.
if my mom's worn a thong.
So I had an
but- okay,
interesting
wait.
childhood
Yes,
in that
talk.
my mom was incredibly against drinking, incredibly against drugs, but very sex positive. So from a very young age, she talked to us about sex. She would like, if I wanted to shave my legs, if I wanted a thong, if I wanted a bra, she was very much talked to me about it. Like when I got my first boyfriend, she like talked to me about birth control and sex and gave me condoms. It was very much like, she never let me ride if like the guy I was going on a date with had a car. I was never allowed to ride alone in a car, and I was so mad. I never got why.
I
And
mean,
was like,
that's the first place I had sex.
was
a car. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, it was
um,
in a car. No, maybe the second place. But like, if we're gonna be honest,
yeah, I mean,
that's why she had that rule.
Mine was not a car.
At a young age, but
I mean,
yeah. So she bought me my first thong.
but so my mom was very like she taught me what sex was when like I was really young, but she was very
Yeah.
she was like really worked in like the medical field, so she like brought out an anatomy book and like,
Yeah.
made it very much like anatomy driven. But she was very much like, why would you ever wear a thong? Like same thing with like a Brazilian. She's like, why? I mean, I know their generation's all about the bush, right? So
Yeah.
like she's like, what are you
Free the
doing?
bush.
Gabe is what the fuck
Cringing.
Yeah, they are. I mean, all about. Have you seen that trend this past summer where everybody was like a bush in a bikini?
Well, because
That's like coming back.
what is because the whole conversation
It's like,
about
why are we trying
it's
to be
based
like
in
babies?
pedophilia.
Yeah. Why are we trying to be bare naked?
All these
Yeah.
beauty standards are based in pedophilia.
Yes. So, but my mom was like, why would you why would you get a Brazilian? Why would you wear a thong? And like, she's like, why would you do any
A
of those
thong
things?
is a constant wedgie.
Yeah.
Yes. And so she was like, why would you do that? So I bought it with friends at Victoria's Secret from the pink line.
Of course.
Remember the pink
Of
line?
course.
And I remember it had the like thicker waistband and it had the little dog all over. And I was like, ooh.
Oh my gosh, do you remember when Victoria's Secret, when like their semi-annual sale, like
All the
every
thongs,
weekend,
and you
Oh my
could
God.
just-
And you're
you
ripping
would
the
like
underwear.
line up and like rabid dogs and they
Yeah.
open those
Thongs.
stores and everybody was trying to get their pink sweatpants. And
Yes.
oh
Oh my
my
gosh.
gosh.
Okay, here's a throwback for you. Do you remember Weather Vane?
Yes.
Yes.
What's
Yeah.
that?
It was like kind of like Aeropostale weather vane. It was like it was older than a limited too. But so my cousin, who's 2 years older than me, she was like my sister. I remember we were visiting her in Wisconsin. I always close my eyes when I like visualize these things.
It's like she's in therapy.
I'm like
Yeah,
going
she's-
back. But we went to Weather Vane. She bought me my first thong. It was like red. It was like a G-string.
Oh my
And it was
God.
like, it was
so
silky
uncomfortable.
red with like embroidered flowers. And then I went to my first boy-girl party with her and her friends. They were 9th graders. I was a
Did
7th
you do
grader.
the Degrassi?
And I was so, I will never forget this party. We still laugh about it to this day. The like lights were off. People were like grinding. People were making out. I was
Where
like
were
the
the
7th
parents?
grader
Yeah.
in a thong and like so scared. But I'll never ever forget it. And I remember I did put it in the laundry and my mom was like, what is this? And I was like, Steph bought it
Also,
for
like
me.
the sexy undies. I remember wearing like a pair of like lace boy shorts. Like boy shorts were cute, but if they were like lace. And I remember being in class being like, these are incredibly uncomfortable to sit
Yeah.
on. Like my
Yeah.
butt hurts from
Well, I mean,
sitting in these lace
that's
underwear.
just like
Think
the
about how
whole-
young we were. And that's like what was being
young.
pushed
and
at
now
us.
that we're adults, I'm like, the thong after the hemorrhoids, I'm like, nah.
After the hemorrhoids, oh my
Good.
God, never,
I'm
ever.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, special occasion.
I also think
I'd rather go with no underwear than do that.
we talked
Oh,
about I
I-
barely ever wear underwear.
I mean, I'm always wearing underwear.
Wait, even with jeans, you don't wear underwear?
I am wearing underwear right now, but no, most times I'm not. I will say though,
I never understand it.
the difference
I
with
won't
underwear
understand.
now, I feel like, is so many brands make very thin underwear that
It's
don't have the
comfortable.
granny panty line.
And they're,
Like,
like,
when we were
comfy.
growing up, it was granny panty, so you had to wear a thong.
It was
They
like
were all-
thick
they were all
cotton.
cotton. Now
Yeah.
they're like
and now it's like
stretchy.
they even make like underwear you can wear in like Lululemon
Like
pants.
seamless.
Yeah,
where they're like
seamless.
you
super
see,
comfy.
you know, we all love cakes for our nipples.
Yes.
They released underwear.
No.
Did you see this?
Should I buy?
No.
It
Send me
has
your
no
link.
it has no sides, guys.
Wait,
so
how
what
do you
it like
mean?
it attaches to the front and it just goes under and it like doesn't even fully like there's no
Where
side.
does it stick?
Wait, is it
I
a
don't
sticky
know.
Oh, is
cake?
it like a sticky
It's like
underwear?
a sticky underwear where it
Oh, I
doesn't
don't
have like
think
sides
that's
or
for
backs or
me.
tops to it. So it just literally covers the bits. Like just the underneath and the butthole, I think.
Huh.
That's all it covers.
The bits, that would be a good.
Is that for
The
like
bits.
a
It's not called the
dress
bits.
They should
that
call it the
you
bits.
like have a
I think it's so you
open
have like yeah, you have
side?
an open side on your whatever.
Yes, yeah, I just don't think I have a need
I would
for
never
that.
have an open
yeah, I'm
side
never
that
gonna have an
deep.
open side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about sticky bits. That's
I'm semi-allergic to adhesive.
I know.
I'm so I literally like my bits would be on
I
fire. Oh my God, that would be so bad. I'd be like, oh, so itchy.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, my underwear drawer is looking a lot different than it did in 7th grade. I'll
Mine
tell
is
you
straight
that.
up,
Which is
nude
funny
and
because
black.
like you're getting it now. You know what I mean? And it looks like a grandmother, but,
But
back
that's what we
then.
thought like you had to do back then.
I mean, literally, I remember being like in my compression socks.
Yeah.
I was pregnant. I had my carpal tunnel wrist braces on, and my husband's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "No."
You're like, get away.
Yeah.
It's a troll.
It's like you're
don't
younger
come
and you're like, I'm gonna
over
put
here.
on like matching lingerie and like,
Yeah.
look all sexy. And
They
now
don't
it's
care.
literally like I'm in a ratty t-shirt and like, you know, whatever.
They're very easy to please.
I mean, you know, they're simple creatures.
Some things just don't lose their excitement. Like I feel like it's always just like, oh, boobs. Like
Yeah.
yeah, look at them. They're still here.
You know what we never talked about?
What?
Sam's retainer.
Oh my.
Your retainer and your mouth tape. We forgot to talk about that.
No, okay. My retainer is just a normal retainer. Your retainer pushes your top forward. Your list was crazy.
because it has a spot that pushes my tongue back. It realigns my jaw because it's for my TMJ.
Did your husband try to hook up with you while you were wearing that retainer?
He goes to bed long before me. I'm the night owl, so he's asleep,
Okay.
and then I pop the retainer in.
So I would say that's love.
But he'll laugh.
That's
Like
love.
if there's ever a time that we are getting in bed at the same time, and I put it in, he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he's like, "Good night." But he used to try mouth tape because he's like a mouth breather, but it just like didn't work for him. I'm like, I need you to, because he like can't breathe out of his nose. I'm like, you're gonna die in your sleep. He probably needs a sleep study, but But yeah, no, my retainer's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But it really helps. Like ever since I started wearing it, like no pain in my
That's
jaw.
amazing.
None.
You know what just happened to a friend's husband? Actually, speaking of jaw pain, so he's having all this jaw pain, and he's going to like chiropractors, he's going to acupuncture, he's seeing doctors. He's like, and he gets a clicking like every time so like TMJ, all these issues. Turns out
he's not doing it
he's
right now.
37. He had a tongue tie, like a little baby. So he had to go in and they cut his
And that fixed it all?
gone. Jaw
Well, that
pain's
kind of
gone.
makes sense because
He
it
can
pulls your
talk
tongue
differently
down.
now. He's like, when I eat, it's different. He's like, I can communicate. He's like, my jaw no longer has pain. Turns out, if I had just had my tongue tie corrected as a baby, like
I
most
think
of
I
I had a
us,
lip tie corrected.
you think you have a
when-
tongue tie?
I think I do, and all my kids have had it. So
All
I'm
my
like,
kids.
Do you have
do.
jaw pain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get jaw surgery.
Right. Maybe all you needed was a tongue tie.
I
Lift your
know.
tongue up?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you have a
Good.
lot
You
of
got a wide range
mobility.
of
I
motion.
do have to
Like
say,
Gabe is doing.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my brother punched me in the face once, and I was
Of
like
course.
bleeding a lot under, and I was like, maybe he broke my tongue tie.
He could have. They're
Yeah.
easy to
the lip,
snap.
they say lip ties are really, because my daughter she has been in
I have
speech
a lower
therapy.
lip tie.
She has the upper lip tie, which made it hard to pronounce some words. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, what do we do for that? And she's like, actually, usually most kids like they'll fall and hit it and it'll
Yep.
just break on their own.
You
I
can get a
have a-
frenectomy. My daughter had one, and I had one in
A
sixth
what?
grade. So they just literally like
What's it
cut
called?
it. They just cut
said
it.
a frenectomy?
And it's called a frenectomy, and then you're able to like have more mobility.
I have a really bad one down here,
Okay.
and I wonder. I feel like I talk with my bottom teeth a lot, and I wonder.
This
if that's
is-
But
why.
you don't have any like
Look.
speech impediment. No,
Yeah.
we all have that.
No, it's really bad though. It's high.
Really?
So for
'Cause
those
I
who
had
are
mine
not
cut in-
watching, so those who are not
We'll
watching,
make a video. And put it on
yeah,
later.
well, like,
And for those of you that are watching, I'm sorry.
yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah,
sorry.
what were we talking about?
Oh God, who knows?
Thongs.
At this point.
Maybe we should take a break.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Speaking of all this, when was your first kiss? I was talking to somebody the other day who did not remember their first kiss, and I was like, you need to go to therapy and figure that out.
I think I do.
Seventh grade was
you-
a big year for me.
You don't remember? Like,
I can't
what do you
remember.
think?
There was I like really blossomed between 8th grade and 9th grade. Like I had not kissed anybody in middle school for sure. And in the summer between 8th grade and 9th grade, I blossomed, I felt like, and I went to this camp where I was a CIT, like a counselor in training. So
Yeah.
we were with like the older kids, and we did boy girl parties, and we also had like we had to sleep at the camp once, so like the boys and the girls are there. And I think I had my first kiss from a boy there.
What do you think?
Because there was two boys, both named Dan, and I was kind of like flirting with both, and I can't remember.
You don't know which Dan
Oh,
you smooched?
I think I smooched both, but I can't remember which came first.
Player Paige.
Oh my god!
But guys, when I say
Dan.
it was like a peck.
oh,
you
the
know?
peck.
Like a peck.
The peck was first.
I was I'm telling you, like I had a boyfriend and I don't think I kissed him for like months in 9th grade. I was like, you don't touch me.
Do you remember your first hug? Like I remember in 6th grade, we
No.
were all like,
From
"Don't
a
hug
boy?
the boy," and we would like hug and run away. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
No.
That's
No.
like when you had a middle school
No.
boyfriend, you wouldn't talk to them.
Yeah,
No,
you wouldn't talk to them if
You
you,
like
were
make
dating
eye
them.
contact
You
in
wouldn't
the hallway
talk.
and
Yes.
talk at aim all night, but then you don't.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
acknowledge
Oh
each
my
other during
gosh,
the day.
yes.
Yeah, I remember I broke up with a boy in 6th grade because he told everybody he was going to kiss me at like, the summer pool
Yes,
party.
you-
and I
You're
was
like, you will not.
I'm not ready.
You will not kiss
Yes.
me.
And so I told his best friend to break up with him for me.
Again, going back to this new generation of children, my nephew, he's 6, and a little girl called him her boyfriend. Like, it's his best friend at school. And she was like, he's my boyfriend. And he came home and he was like, how do I nicely tell her I don't want to be her boyfriend? And he's like 6. And
He's
he was
trying
like,
to
I just don't
communicate
feel,
that.
he's like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to be her boyfriend. I want to be her friend. And like, I'm like, see, this is like, we were running
That's
away.
good. Yeah, we were like,
You always like got your friend to tell them.
but also like we like the boys that were like mean to us. Like if they didn't talk to us or they teased us, we're like, okay, you're my boyfriend. If they're like, I want to hold your
Well,
hand
we
or
were
kiss
the
you, we're like,
generation.
They told us that's what you were supposed to
if
look
they
for.
push you
That's
in
what
the
I'm
sandbox,
saying.
it's because they
And then people are
Yeah.
like, why did you pick that husband? It's like, well, I was told my whole life that if he was mean to me, then he loves me. Of course I picked him. Like, are you kidding me?
like, yikes.
I get so mad when people say that. I'm like, our whole lives are like, oh, he snapped your bra strap. He's flirting. I'm like, no, that's harassment.
Yeah,
don't
no,
touch
that's
me.
literal sexual harassment.
Literally, don't touch me. Like, I don't understand the way we were raised
It's
between
really-
the diet culture and the way we were.
It's really not okay.
I know, but I feel like that's
not.
why, like, because we've survived that and gotten through it and realized how fucked up it is. I feel like that's why, like, we're stronger.
I look at my kids all the time and I'm like, oh, I would do anything to be living your life.
yeah.
Yes and no. I was just okay.
She's like, actually, I kind of liked
No,
it.
because one thing I will say about millennials, I was saying this, I was home in Pittsburgh a few months back and like being with my parents and the technology of it all, like we are the only generation that knows what it was like before cell phones.
Yes.
And now we have it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we have the best of both worlds because of the technology
Well, they
of it
say
all.
millennials are going to be the smartest generation that ever lived.
Yeah. Because we're the only ones using our brains.
It's us guys.
Yes,
This
best
is the
of
peak.
luck.
Can you imagine growing up with our parents like always on these cell phones? Like, I don't.
It is really sad.
And it's and I know we're all very intentional about like not being on the phone, but,
Yeah, but we
still
probably
have
suck
them,
at it.
and
I'm
we're
pretty
still
bad.
taking pictures and like. Because our parents had like the camcorders. Like I always remember my mom like trying to get things on a camcorder.
But the phone is so different than a camcorder.
So different.
It's so different.
Because they want our attention, and the phones
Well,
they're
because they
battling
make
the phone.
it's obviously addictive, and it's like, oh, we need a map because we're going somewhere, and then
Yes.
you open whatever. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I took it a dark turn. First kiss.
you know what's crazy? It's on. It was my 7th grade boyfriend. It was at his bar mitzvah, and it's on.
Oh, he became a
video.
man. He became a man.
It's on his bar mitzvah
And
video.
he kissed you?
Yeah,
The kiss is on the video.
yeah, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
How iconic. But
Like, but
also,
weird because like
That's
my
like a
wife
privacy.
is gonna watch it and be like, who's that? Hoe?
That's like a childhood rom.
that hoe?
I feel like that's like a Disney movie. It's like
Yeah.
the rom com. You guys like kiss it.
yeah,
it's
first
so
love at bar
cute.
mitzvah.
How long did that last?
You know, I not probably
Who knows?
2 months.
Who knows?
You know,
Yeah.
it was a fleeting.
I do
romance.
tell my friend son has a girlfriend, and I think he's 13, maybe 14. She's like, it's so innocent. It's so innocent. I'm like, I started dating my husband when I was 16.
Yeah.
I met him when I was 14. And she's like, stop saying that. I'm just telling
You're
you.
like, just
I'm like, be eyes open, like
Yeah.
be alert.
head on a swivel.
Be alert.
Hormones are a thing. And
I think the kids these days are more open to like, let's explore, let's live.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know. I feel like it can go either way because I think they're also more online, so they're not
True.
doing that.
I heard like the cool kids are the ones who like don't have social media. It's like, oh, they're elusive. Like we don't know who they are because they don't
Yeah.
like post.
they're
not on it.
mysterious.
I hope my kids are like that. I hope my kids are. I know one of them won't be. I know.
Well,
I know.
yeah, because it's like if you're still doing content when they're older,
It's really
Yeah.
tricky.
how does that work?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked about this. ASU is now the first university to offer influencing as a degree.
Yep.
How wild is
They
that?
say when you poll young kids, the top job that they want is YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Oh, like
Well, if you're
Mr.
looking at the
Beast.
salary, why not?
Well, they grow up like watching these YouTubers,
Yeah, that
right?
makes
And like,
sense.
so they say it's like it's no longer like lawyer, doctor, paleontologist.
Oh.
Everyone wanted to be a marine biologist.
A marine biologist.
A marine
Oh,
biologist,
yeah, millennial
paleontologist.
core.
Yes.
We all wanted to be that. I remember being like, I'm going to be a lawyer.
I want to be a dentist. Yeah, you want. I didn't even know like HR or like those things existed.
Of course you did,
It
because
was
who's
just
talking about
the-
HR?
I want to be
like-
a meteorologist.
And yeah, but it was like those jobs, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm
The
gonna
ones
work
you
with
saw.
animals. I want to
Yeah,
be a vet.
Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never would have said like I want to be a YouTuber. That didn't exist.
exist.
But it's like being wanting to be a Spice Girl.
Yes, but
Yeah.
the difference is it's actually something that they have access to do, right?
Yeah.
Like
Which makes sense that they see it and they want that.
and it's like my first instinct is to be like, oh, guys, don't be stupid. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, it is
But
a
then
viable
you're like,
career.
how do we? And it's like, how do we grow my YouTube?
It's yeah, like
On the
YouTube.
other hand, I'm like, let's get these YouTube subscribers up.
But then again, the AI of it all, are we going to have jobs? Who knows?
yeah.
We need universal basic income.
We need
This is the existential life.
we
crisis.
need regulation on AI because people need to know what the fuck is AI on their screen.
Oh my
Nobody
gosh.
knows.
Did you see how I want to say it was OpenAI?
Yes, it's teaching itself how to break out.
Wait, what?
OpenAI wrote a manual to teach
itself.
future versions of itself how to break out of human confinement.
Yeah. Guys, the
We're
robots
all
are coming for
fucking
us.
doomed.
Like, that is not okay.
Scary.
I'm laughing because I'm very
I'm
scared.
scared.
I'm very scared.
because I'm scared.
Like, that's actually genuinely terrifying.
terrifying.
yeah.
Like, this whole time, I've been scared of natural disasters. And it's like,
So this is your friendly reminder. Stop asking Claude to make your meal plan.
Yeah.
Because Claude
Get
is
off.
trying to plot against us.
I know people got really mad at me because I used AI to see if I would look good with the bob. But you know
I
what?
was dying at your Bob picture you
I mean-
released a few months back.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel bad. Maybe I should not use.
You're feeling
AI for
remorseful?
photos, but it's like
You know what?
I'm happy I didn't
People
cut
are
my hair
using-
though.
And people are using AI
Should we
for a lot
bob together?
worse shit.
I used to
No, I
bob
will not
once a
bob.
year.
Oh, I used to bob too. I bob and then I would
grow it out and
I'm
then
at a
bob.
bob stage, but
I am
if
too.
I'm gonna have a third kid, I ain't bobbing.
No.
I gotta wait.
I got bobbed by accident.
I got bobbed.
I went to a haircut.
Wait, how can you get bobbed by accident?
Your hair's so long.
when I tell you, she must have been new to the job. And it was one of those things where she cut one side a little too high, so she evened it out and then kept going.
Oh my God.
And when I tell, it was like one of these chic,
I don't know, Lord Farquhar or whatever his name is.
Me and my husband had just started dating.
Oh, shoot.
They fucking bobbed me. It was traumatic. Even to this day, my husband will some days turn to me and be like, remember when they gave you a bob? And I'm like, yes, that was traumatic and it was not okay. I think that's one of the reasons, like, I don't put my hair up. I am so...
She's attached. She's like, don't touch my hair.
Triggering. Yeah.
Oh, you guys haven't known me with a bob. I've done
me with a bob.
short
me too.
bobs.
Oh, really?
And then I go really blonde, like kind of Gone Girl vibes, which is like super blonde.
Oh, the cunty bob, as they call it. Yeah. That's what they call it.
I love a cunty bob.
It is. We have to take the word back.
I think we do. That was a frequent flyer for me, that word.
Really?
In college, I felt like I wanted...
That is wild.
Because...
I think that's a New England thing.
Because... A little bit.
Like, how would you use it back then? Like, she was being a cunt?
No, I would just say it's similar to like a cunty bob. Like, it was just more of like a flair. Add some flair to a sentence. Yeah. But it wasn't like, I wasn't the only one doing it. And it wasn't like derogatory or never used that way.
It's our word.
Yes, and I had a bob. And I liked and honestly, when I got the bob, I think it was a hit. Mm-hmm. People liked the bob. I got it when Matt broke up with me once in college for like 2 months. And then I rebelled and I got a piercing and my, what's it called? My tragus.
I got my tragus.
I tragus and then I got a bob and then I was like, and I lost like 20 pounds because I was so sad. It was, when I'm sad, I don't eat. And so then I lost, and I like came out of hiding and I was like, new woman. Look at this tragus piercing. Look at me go. And everybody's like, that's what you did? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you were a new woman.
I was a new woman.
And then you got back together.
And then we got back together.
Yeah, and you got back together.
Bob?
He liked I actually really like the bob on me. It's just now that I have kids, I want to be able to put my hair up. I don't want to have to like style it. When you have a bob, you have to style it. You have to
guess
style
what?
it.
I'm in my French braiding era. I need a French braid.
No, you're not. You're not good at it though.
No, I am. I got so much feedback how good it was. It was just, I just left that rat tail.
You just left a whole chunk out.
Don't worry, but then I undid it. On yourself, it's hard. It's hard. The hardest part is my fucking arms were so tired.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that F-45 is not paying off.
No, I haven't been in a while with all the travel.
Yeah.
But I am in my French braiding era, and I'm like, I don't want to cut my hair because I'm not going to be able to French braid.
Can you do it on the kids?
So much easier on the kids now.
Yeah, it's so much easier. Yeah.
But I don't want to cut my hair because I want to get really good.
French braid my hair, and it was a core memory.
Yes,
for me. It's
yes,
like a really
and that's
nice
what. And I kind of was like, oh, I don't know how to French braid. I can't do it. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna fucking learn.
To learn.
If you can braid, you can French braid.
So I can't French braid. I always do the Dutch, like the outside. So it's like you can like pull it and make it's basically instead of going this way, you go like you pull from hair under. Mm-hmm. And I actually like the look of it better on me, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I remember playing volleyball, and there was always one girl who could French braid, and we would all sit in front of her, and she would do all of our hair, and we
can
put
we
little
do an
bows
episode?
on the end.
One of our sleepover episodes. Can I
braid.
just French braid all of our hair?
I don't look good.
I mean, it's not even about the look; it's the feel.
French braid my hair.
Yeah, I feel like it just feels.
It's
so
girlhood.
Good.
It's girlhood.
Okay, we can do it in PJs then.
We can sit in a circle.
Have a sleep under.
Yeah, just don't wear your tits out, PJ.
No, I'll wear I'll button them up.
All right. Well, on that note, a lot more to say, but we got to go.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Just Us Girls podcast. We are so grateful that you chose to spend time with us today. If you love this episode, be sure to follow, like, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And don't forget to rate and review as well. We would appreciate it so much. Come hang out with us on Instagram at the Just Us Girls Pod. And you can also find us on Substack at thejustusgirlspod.substack.com, where we share even more from each episode, a little behind the scenes and all the good stuff you don't want to miss. We can't wait to chat with you next week. Bye.